Hi, my name's Kath and I'm the Creative Director for Conservation Without Borders. This is my boss Sasha Dench and she is the CEO of Conservation Without Borders, otherwise known as the UN Ambassador for the Convention on Migratory Species, or more dramatically, the human swan, which she was named after she flew from Russia back to the UK, tracking the migration of Buick swans. Next up was the Round Britain Climate Challenge, with Sacha flying around the UK to highlight climate solutions. But days before the end of that expedition, in a freak accident, she fell 150 feet. And while she broke a lot of bones from her jaw down, she somehow survived. Despite many operations to put her back together and 6 months in hospital, she was determined not to let injuries deter her from our mission. So against the odds, in 2022, she set off with a team to follow the osprey migration from the UK to Africa, living out of vehicles and tents. She set off in a wheelchair and came back walking. And with amazing results and stories to share. In this vlog, we will share some of those stories and take you behind the scenes of life of Conservation Without Borders.
It's been a pretty spectacular afternoon watching them.
As we go, and the incredible people we meet along the way. While Sasha provides updates on our mission, her recovery, and showcases life on the road, I have spent most of my time in Zambia trying to work with 5 cats and wildlife that also doesn't see borders. Also, hopefully I'll be able to showcase some of Africa's incredible places and people. Following a successful speaking tour in Cornwall, Sasha was determined to see what else she could do with her new exosym legs. So when she found out that the Flight of the Swans documentary was up for an award in Spain, a plan formed. How about she cycle there? Not only will it give her better strength and muscles and fitness, but it will also test the full capabilities of her exosyms. After getting the agreement from the team in Seattle who made and fitted her exosyms, she hit the road. But will she manage the journey ahead? Will her exosyms be up to the task? And will the first hard day just be too much to take?
Happy Earth Day. I have spent it recovering from the last speaking and film tour and preparing for the next, which has involved packing our bikes for a long expedition, because the next film premiere is in northwestern Spain and we've decided to cycle all the way there. It's 1,800 kilometers from here all the way to Spain. It's partly for the planet, but it's partly for me. This is it, day 1. Wish us luck.
Sasha was the first major hill that we almost overcome.
You've almost come to the end, is that what you mean?
At the first big hill, it's still a little bit slopey upwards here, but it looks more gentle.
Well, let's say it was a ferocious start to the trip. Chagford, where we live, is on a side of a hill, and so everywhere out of it involves a steep down and then a steep up, and we just got one hell of a steep up. It's only maybe 100 meters to the end. So the road has thrown 3 massive hills at us in the first hour, and I have no idea if I'm going to make it to Plymouth. We haven't really got a choice, actually. We've got a ticket, so I can't believe though I've actually got myself up those 3 massive hills. But so day 1 has been a day of type 2 fun so far. But if we make it to Plymouth, it'll be amazing. Oh no, I should have been going fast because there's another hill. No! Another one! This is boring.
We're almost in Plymouth, but there was a slight issue. All of a sudden there was a little wobble in the riding and my pedal fell off. Let's see if I can reattach it again. But that could be an issue. Okay.
Where are we going now? You walking?
No, cycling. But I will be keeping an eye on the pedals more than the road, I think. So we're just 10 miles out of Plymouth, and the cycle route went through this long tunnel. It's pretty cool.
Here we are in France. Great sleep for me, not so great for Paul, but lots of little muscles I didn't even know I had are aching. My back, my thighs, my knees, my stomach. Yeah, fingers crossed. I need to get a few kilometers today, I think. I'm lying down in an onion field. My back is killing me, but straightening out usually makes a difference. So I've had my second major wobble of the day. Just could not go any further. Maybe got 2/3 of the way up this hill, and it just kept going and going and going, and I have no energy left. So I've actually ended up stopping at a section of the road, and French people keep stopping to check if I'm okay and if I need to be taken anywhere. It's pretty nice. What else did you notice about French? The French? Oh yeah.
I had to stop to let us across the road.
Yeah, when you they stopped to let us cross the road, even on a really busy road. There was one section where I had to go from a standing start to up over a lip onto the road, and that's probably the worst. I'm worried about starting with the first pedal cycle. If I get my exosyms in not the right spot, they can get caught in the pedals, and I can't feel exactly what's caught because it's all carbon fiber. I get a bit wobbly. Anyway, so there I was thinking, this is terrible, and yeah, people kept stopping to let me pass. It's 3 a.m, the morning after the first pretty hard-going day of cycling in France. I went to bed, and I'm going to be honest, with almost every muscle in my body feeling like it was aching. And I'm not up at 3 a.m. because I'm jumping out of bed, feeling ready for the day, but because we have another Zoom with a film festival in Montana. So I made myself a cup of tea and brushed my hair. I'm not sure that that's made all the difference, considering I had pretty bad helmet hair yesterday. But I did manage to, well, my body is not feeling too bad. I thought yesterday it was very unlikely I'd wake up and not be incredibly stiff and find it almost impossible to get on the bike. But I feel a lot better than I thought I would. So maybe that's a good omen.
And then she got this. There's a beautiful sunrise behind you. Yes.
Is it day 4?
Day 4. We've done
Day 4 of cycling. We've done 80k so far in France, only 1200 odd to go. But the mission today is to get to the next stage, which is 30k away. Looks alright. It's supposed to rain all day, but for now we've got overcast and cool, which is pretty good. And I'm feeling not too bad. These are the elevations we've had to get to for the first few days of the trip. The first few days cycling with these legs, and then for the rest of it, it's not quite all the way downhill to Spain, but pretty close. Bonjour. Bretagne is the first stop, where that red dot is, and then Pontivy we are possibly going to get to today.
My mood is pretty fragile. I'm not unhappy, just pretty hard to keep motivated, especially on those long stretches where beautiful canal path just goes on and it's the same kind of beautiful for 100 meters at a time. God, it sounds ridiculous now I'm saying it, but it makes it hard to keep going when you're motivated by what's around the corner. And I think I have a cold. My nose is getting snotty.
So that was just over 48 kilometers today, and this is what you come home to. Is that acceptable?
That is perfect. That is better than perfect. It's potentially too distracting for the day of work I have to do tomorrow. The exosyms are holding up too. As in, I've got no pain in my lower leg, so I've no idea how that happens, but that wouldn't be possible without them. Good morning from Jocelyn. I've had an incredible day off of cycling down at the water by this chateau, catching up on work, and but now it is time to get back on the road. So the next place we're heading for is called Paillac. It's about 50 kilometers away, and I'm actually really quite excited about being back on the bike. Hi! For some reason I'm feeling excellent today, despite a late start, and it's a good job because we're having to race to get to our accommodation time in time. A new experience for us. We have to keep brushing caterpillars out of our eyes. How does that happen? From some of the trees that are hanging over the path, there are green caterpillars on long threads, and lots of them. Like this. What are they thinking? Is this how they disperse? By dropping onto walking, passing mammals? Anyway, I would have had about 200 on me by now, I think. Hi, little friend. We had blue skies, and then pretty rapidly big grey cloud appeared, and now we have heavy rain and even hail. That's a big grey ominous looking cloud that has passed over us. Well, the previous ones have passed over, drenched us, battered us with hail, and now we've stopped for a coffee, but we are too wet and too muddy to be wanted inside a cafe. So instead, we're on the steps of the Mary warming up in the tiny little bits of sunshine that come through, and just managed to get a pastry and a coffee, and considering whether to just get back on the road, because at least while you're cycling you're warm, even if you're drenched to the bone. So it has carried on raining heavily all day. And thank you to everybody who answered the question of whether I should just soldier on in the rain no matter what. and we decided not to, and have, as you can see, hired a car. The trains were all full, the bike places were all full. And a very good friend, Eugene, who's a bird expert and was a partner on Flight of the Osprey expedition, lives down here, and asked to meet up for a coffee. So we've been to do that, and he recommended we should then, whilst it's raining, and it's going to carry on raining for another couple of days, we should go where you can appreciate all that water and find accommodation down here near the wetlands. And so fingers crossed we'll get some good birding in the next couple of days. We were, though, about to get some bad news, which meant we had to fly back to Denmark. And a couple of weeks later, I did, though, end up at the Spanish Film Festival alone. And we'll jump straight to that. So I'm just getting ready for tonight's awards ceremony and the gala dinner, which is going to be a pretty fancy affair, I think. And considering whether I should walk the 2 kilometers to the theatre, it's about 2k that way. Not because I think my legs would have any difficulties, even on Spanish cobbled streets. But I've just heard this sound of thunder. Actually, as the rain has got harder, I had to properly rug up. But making good progress. Beautiful city. It's a bit of a procession, which I didn't expect. Of people winning awards, there's only 3 of us are women. Where are all the women? What's going on?
Sasha Dench del Reino Unido por Flight of the Swans.
And when a big visible bird like the Buick swan is in such rapid decline, it really makes you wonder what could be happening for the other smaller species. What else could we be missing? Nature is really responsive if we do the right thing, pay attention to the world around us, and act when we have the power to do so.
As you saw, Sasha was there by herself, so unfortunately there is no footage of her collecting the award on behalf of the Flight of the Swans documentary team. But the documentary went down incredibly well at the festival, and it continues to be nominated and gain awards in various film festivals around the world. Now, what does Joanna Lumley, the City of London, the Dark Crystal and Vultures all have in common? Like and subscribe to find out more in our new vlog.